The Savage Hawkman number 10, written by Rob Liefeld and Mark Poulton, art by Joe Bennett. Last issue, Hawkman was abducted and put into some gladiatorial arena to fight for his life by a guy named Xerxes. This issue is very fast because it's basically all just that fight scene. So he's in there, and we've already missed a bit of the fight where just a couple of guys are already knocked out. We get one who has a whip, one who has electricity power, and one who, I don't know, has a club or something. And they're all lit up and whatnot, but Hawkman just goes through and beats through them. And he's like, I don't want to kill you guys, but I totally will. Just give me a reason. So goes through, knocks out the whip one, knocks out the club one. The electricity one is apparently the reigning champion, so he takes like 1 page longer to take out, but he still stands over. And then he's like, all right, I beat all your guys, and by gladiatorial rules I can leave, which I don't think has ever been a thing, but Xerxes is like, well, good job. Now you're going to fight me because I still got your girl, and as long as I got your girl, I can say whatever. So he jumps down in the pit, he starts fighting, and Hawkman lands a few punches, but then Xerxes sizes him up, and he's like, all right, cool. So he just keeps on laying into him and keeps on talking the whole time. He's just like, I'm going to use the nth metal for myself. Mwahaha. To which point, Hawkman's like, yeah, okay. And he just waits for his opening, throws in a good kick, manages to toss him around. And as soon as he has him like tossed to the ground and taken out more or less, he just flies up to where Emma is. And he's like, hey, yeah, it's me. It's Carter Hall. Let's go. So he grabs Emma, starts flying up towards the roof, and Xerxes, as he's stumbling up, he's like, you can't get out of here, there's no way to escape. To which he grabs the electricity guy who's knocked on the ground, tears a hole in his suit, which I guess overloads his charge, and then just throws him up at the roof, and the roof explodes and he flies out. Mind you, once you see it after the fact, this is like a warehouse with a bunch of windows at like regular intervals, to the point of I think he could have just smashed out of any of those windows. But regardless, he breaks out, he's got Emma, and Xerxes just does that thing where he looks up and be like, we'll meet again, Hawkman, and when we do, I will have that metal. And then we see next day, Hawkman's gone back, he's looking for clues, can't find anything. He goes back to a motel where him and Emma are crashing, and he's like, all right, here's the deal, Emma. Yes, I'm Hawkman. You're kind of involved in this now. We need to keep our identities very low right now. So we're going to hop on this ship that's going to take us across the sea, and then we'll deal with stuff over there when we get there, okay? And Emma's like, okay, just one question. Am I your sidekick now? Because that would be wonderful in my personal life. But tis. So elsewhere, we see a guy who was actually at the gladiatorial match is talking to someone on a little hologram thing saying like, Xerxes messed up, but I will get Hawkman really and truly, sir. And this guy's the boss. The dude in the hologram is the sir, or is the person who's his underling. And he's like, I will take care of this where Xerxes failed. We will get that nth metal before Carter Hall understands its true potential and how to truly use it. And yeah, he just says he's going to need a full battalion to fight Hawkman. Anyway, cut over to the shipyard. Emma and Carter are getting onto a boat, and we see a guy off in the distance with some binoculars looking at them saying like, Hawkman, I hope that you're ready for a good trip because Pike is here to fight you. And the guy's name is Pike, and he just looks like every other generic ass like 90s heroes. There are at least 8 belts and 7 pouches. So, yeah. Did I ever express to you how excited I was that Rob Liefeld was writing this book? Which is to say, not at all excited. It's like last issue was just the setup to get into this gladiatorial thing, and like they spent, I don't even know, like 3 pages setting up Xerxes as a villain, and then they just, okay, he's done now, bye. And yes, they made it so he can come back, but it just felt, this entire thing was just a lame excuse to get Emma to know who Carter was. Like, we didn't even bother having it be like an arc to like deal with this and like set it up. She's just like, no, okay, I get it now. Okay, let's go. What? No, this should be a much bigger deal. Regardless, it's just not. It's not a good issue. It's very disjointed. They introduce this dude standing in the gladiatorial match. Then on one page, they reveal that no, actually, he's the bigger bad. And then he still doesn't do anything. They just introduce another underling to go attack Hawkman. I don't know. It's just dumb. I'm just not a fan of it anymore. I thought that maybe it had some potential in that first trade I was doing, but I don't know. It's just not there, especially not with Rob Liefeld writing. So overall, I'm going to go ahead and give it a... The art is good. The art is decent enough quality that I'm going to give it a 6. But if the art was even a fraction less than it currently is, I would give that thing a 5 or less, because it's just not worth it otherwise.